I want you to think of CSGO as a linear game. What does that mean? I think linear CSGO means when you can take map control in a step-by-step procedure, in almost like a checklist, where you clear one angle at a time. So let's assume an ideal world where you have a 100% win rate in all the aim deals you take, if you are pre-aiming the angle you're clearing. And if you're not pre-aiming it, you have a 0% win rate, so you're guaranteed to die. Well, in this world, it's kind of easy to clear apps because I just check this angle. I can then check the next angle, which is right here. Then I can check these angles, however you want to do that. I check boiler, and then I'm going to pre-aim dark hall in the other angle, and there we go. I get apps control because I'm the best entry fragger in the world. Of course, I'm completely screwed the moment I have to come out of boiler, because the moment I peek this angle, I'm in trouble. There could be a guy on top of the balcony or below the porch behind the pillar. So all of a sudden, the moment I try to clear this, no matter what pace I use, I have a 50% win rate all of a sudden, because there are two possible angles I have to clear. So in this ideal world, I essentially cannot take that map control and guarantee do it on my own. So by thinking of CSGO in linear terms, you can essentially break down where are the spots on the map where you can take control in a linear fashion on your own, versus where are the spots where CS is basically no longer linear. Now, why should you think of a CSGO in terms of linear things? Well, the first is you can now focus on taking ideal aim duels with good padding at a slower pace. So let's give an example of long right here. I might just decide that my teammates flash me and I just jump out and I check all the angles. But now there are so many different angles I have to clear. Another approach I could have is I check this angle first, then I'm going to check library, then I'm going to pre-aim moto, then I'll check arch cubby, and then I can proceed with further map control. So in this case, what I've essentially done is I've slowed down CS, so I basically can take my time in the round. I'm making sure my crosshair is placed on the exact spot I need to aim for, and then furthermore, I'm naturally over time going to learn the pathing that I need to take to make sure I have the ideal crosshair placement so that I can swing into it. The second advantage of playing it like this is you can identify where you need help. Basically, the example we used earlier, and then A site as a whole, it's very tough to clear A site in a linear fashion on your own. So when you identify where on the map you can no longer play linear CS, you basically know this is where you need to ask for help from your teammates. Maybe you need utility to clear it. So an example is, if I were right here, a lot of people can make it up till here, but the moment they enter A site, they get screwed from all the different angles, right? You can't play linear CS anymore because there are just too many angles to check. So you have to call for help at this point, where you need a teammate who's checking the other side. Maybe you need flashes thrown for you. And the reason I bring this up on A side is because that does not apply on B side. If you smoke this, it's very easy to just clear coffins, then you're going to check dark, you're going to check fountain. I'm assuming nobody boosts oranges. Then you check new box, because all these angles you can clear one at a time in a linear sense. So in this case, you may not need utility as much as you would on A. The third advantage of playing linear CS is you can make better reads and stronger adaptations. So, for example, if on my team, my T-side banana player just keeps saying, "Wraith, I died to the CT opper on banana," that's not helpful information. But the moment my teammate can now play linear CS, they can basically identify where in that checklist of points they have to clear, where they're struggling the most because of the op. So for example, are they struggling because the opper is denying them banana control early round? Or are they struggling when they're peeking yellow corner? Or are they struggling when they're trying to bait more util by peeking here or here? So the moment you make these reads, you essentially identify where your linear CS is struggling, where you maybe need utility, or you need to mix things up, and then you can essentially adjust your gameplay much faster in games rather than just dying consequently every round.